us in when you're ready.
Well, good afternoon, Alice Springs. Welcome back to the action here in the heart of the Red Centre for Red CentreNATS 11, presented by LMCT Plus in association with SummerNats and proudly supported by the Northern Territory Government. My name's Chris Mitchell. I'm joined by Josh Graveling alongside in commentary. Josh, it is time to bring Burnout finals to the Red Centre.
Yeah, Chris, it is. Cannot wait. It's been a very, very good morning out here at the Alice Springs Inland Dragway, as well as where I was at the Lassiter's Motor Carna. Getting to have a look at the Road to Red CentreNATS champion was absolutely amazing. But now it all comes down to business for the Burnouts.
It certainly does. Following Friday night's Burnout qualifying, we took the best 20 in your open Burnouts field, and they have made their way into the finals today. There is a couple of expression session entrants that have made their way into this session as well, as the fans get lined up on the fence. And I just beg to wonder whether they're going to get half as rowdy as they were on Friday night. Josh, you got to experience that firsthand. Rowdy Burnout fans on the hill. It was a sight to behold.
Yeah, no, it definitely was, and it looks like there's some familiar faces to me out there. So I'll come down and say g'day when the pros start up. Looking forward to it all, and it's going to be a massive, massive day. Well, massive afternoon of Burnouts coming to you.
Just to remind you, if you haven't exactly been following along the play of the ball so far in the world of Burnouts, Open Burnouts Finals will pay $2,000 to win, $1,000 for second and $500 for third. The winner in Open Burnouts always takes home a wild card to the Pro Burnouts, presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop at SummerNats in January 2026. Jan 8 till 11 for SummerNats 38. It's going to be massive, so some huge opportunities on the line here for your open Burnouts field. Then we get set to launch the pros. There is the ultimate redemption round for those who didn't make the finals after Friday night qualifying, with a few entrants looking to have a crack at that, and there is wildcards up for grabs for first and second in your ultimate redemption round as well. Before we get to your 10 finalists, the best of the best that did battle from Friday night Burnout qualifying, with $15,000 to win, $3,000 for second and $1,500 for third, and all three on the podium of your Pro Burnout finals this afternoon will score themselves a ticket to Pro Burnouts, the grand final presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop at SummerNats 38, January 8 till 11 in 2026. This is going to be really exciting. If qualifying is anything to go by, Josh, it's going to be pretty tricky to score at the top.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. And I think when it comes to the Pro Redemption round that we will have coming up a little bit later on, they're all going to be coming out swinging, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah,
after we had a lot of breakdowns on the qualifying evening.
Expecting the names like Todd Stewart, Darren Triffett, Michael Chappell, Joe Thring, Brody Darwell, Caitlin Darwell and Robbie Cottrell did not make it into your top 10 finals. Of course, two entrants that are here in the finals today already have a Pro Burnouts Grand Final ticket presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop. That would be John O'Kelly in 355 and Chris Smallman in Blown VY. They've already secured their spot in the big dance, and it's time for these fans, and I can see a lot of them have already done so, to secure their spot on the hill and get ready for your open Burnout finals. Are you ready, Alice Springs? There's a few getting ready on the hill here as we're getting ready. Our first contestant. This is a finalist. This is a judge skid. Connor Tatani, entrant 800. Please welcome to kick off the show, Lil Ranger. Oh, as it goes into limp mode. How about you make some noise, Alice Springs, Connor Tatani, and Lil Ranger. Got the tyres off before the engine decided to say that's enough. And I think you can just see the slight sheen of a bit of coolant that has started spilling out from the top of the engine bay in the Volvo. Bloody Volvo drivers, eh, Josh?
Hey, mate. He's done pretty well. It was a very, a very chill skid on Friday night, and now he's come out here and just absolutely sent it.
The mighty Volvo was double skidded on Friday night in qualifying as well. David will be set to take it out later in the session as well in the Ovlov entrance. Good to see they got the plates changed on this car this time around, so we had to figure out it was Connor. It's so difficult to be the first driver to see the burnout pad to get things kicked off in your finals. To get this crowd revved up and rowdy here in Alice Springs for Red CentreNATS 11 presented by LMCT Plus. But he did a solid job and he got the tyres off, which is important as we get ready for your next contestant. Number 348, Jake Tatani. Lil Shit.
Well, Alice Springs, put your hands together for Jake Tatani and Little Shit, one of your Alice Springs locals. Huge burnout there. We'll check it up on the replay. Very aggressive tip in there from Jake Tatani. Passenger was very happy with it. Got the pink smoke here today and was doing extremely well. Used a majority of the pad. Had a bit of a tap on Friday night. Today he goes through into the entry chute. Lovely. Great to see him have a good skid. Passenger was very happy with it. Here in the Open Finals for Red CentreNATS 11. Your Open Final winner will take home $2,000. Second will take $1,000. As we look like we're going to the next of our competitors. VX73, Xander Stewart. Xander Stewart with an absolutely perfect skid out there. Used all of the pad. And the crowd loved that, and so did the driver and passenger of that one.
Yeah, having plenty of fun out here on the pad for your open class final. Xander made his way into the top 20 after Friday night's qualifying efforts. And it can be really difficult. Very, very different conditions they're greeted with here. And stuff you don't even think about, Josh, when it comes to driving a burnout car. One, it's daytime, so there's no lights to worry about. There's a little bit more wind that is now blowing the smoke up towards the crowd, which if your car struggles with power, especially with warm conditions like we're having right now, you can really, really hurt your smoke scores as compared to what we had on Friday night during qualifying. It was totally still, and the smoke just lingered above the pad, and that created some driving issues as well. But a solid effort from Xander Stewart here in his final skid. G'day to everyone watching on the Pro Burnouts live stream. Let's do a check-in. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're rooting for right now, with Pro Burnouts set to kick off in about an hour's time. We keep things going with your open finals. This is Stewart and Cliff in the patrol. It's Ranger. Stewart and Cliff. No, don't tell me it's so. He's going to get it close to the wall here. I think he's got the tyres off. But a reverse gear pull to get away from the concrete. Into control. Even that dirt track missing. Finish line. At least he gets to drive it off under its own power. How about you make some noise, Alice Springs? Stewart and Cliff in Ranger. Beautiful orange patrol. I love the orange smoke as well. Good to see the guys really lashing out on the coloured tyres for the finals here. They can make a lot of difference just to the way the crowd really gets around it. And they're getting a bit of a healthy dose of smoke inhalation on the hill right now. As the wind conditions continue to swivel around. Actually blowing a little bit from the south and sending the smoke up towards the main control tower here at Alice Springs Inland Dragway. Was making plenty of smoke, plenty of noise, and just keeping it nice and controlled around the pad. Not getting too crazy like a madman throwing the car around, but still doing a wicked job in his finals burnout effort here for your open class. $3,500 up for grabs for your top three. A solid effort as we get ready for your next contender. Please welcome Dylan Rowley, bringing out the Holden Utes. This is Hunter.
Springs, put your hands together for Dylan Rowley and Hunter. What a skid in the purple ute on song there. Very aggressive tip in there, and the smoke is beaming out of the rear end on that machine. What a burnout, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, solid effort from Dylan in his final skid today here. Can be really tough when the conditions are constantly changing, and when you're going to come out, you've had almost a day off, right? You've been away, you might have been doing dirt drags. There was heavy hitter drag racing last night. Maybe took the car out on the street parade. I know some guys were thrashing to repair their cars after the carnage that took place in Friday night's burnout qualifying efforts. But a big effort to get out here and skid for the finals here. This is your open class burnout finals, $3.5 grand on the line. If you're joining us just now recently on the Pro Burnouts live stream, we have the Pro class coming up later on in, I would say, about an hour, Josh, coming up to skid the final 10 in your Pro Burnout series presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop, going for $15,000 to win, and there's 3 tickets up for grabs to go to Southerntherland's 38. Jan 8 till 11, 2026 for the Pro Burnout Series presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop in the grand final. As we get set to launch your next car in just a moment, just the final moments of the replay here for Dylan Rowley's Hunter Ute. Dropped the tyre, left the carcass on the pad, and then got on out of there. Next up is going to be Tyson Smith, entrant 362. Please welcome Krasy. Taking a moment, Tyson Smith has gone quiet in the corner. Our fire crew on the scene here and seeing to it. So he started up with a bit of a tyre fire. And I reckon he might have got it up against the wall as well here. So our fire and rescue team on the JOB. How about you make some noise, Alice Springs? Tyson Smith in Krasy will be the first victim in your finals. I'm sure there's going to be a couple more, Josh. Everyone's going to throw it down on the line today.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be going for sheep stations, I can tell you that one. Very good skid from the start there, and then just all went wrong with a little bit of a tyre fire, and it does look like he had a bit of a touch on the wall there. But it was an aggressive tip-in. They're all really sending it in the tip-ins today, Chris.
Yeah, it went pretty hard on that tip-in entry. Was doing a nice job getting it up against the walls on the drag strip side of the burnout pad. It can be really tough on a pad like this. We've talked about it during qualifying, Josh. It's pretty narrow by all accounts, so you don't have a whole bunch of room to move around. And if you're struggling with the wheel work, or you're just not quick enough with the wheel, it can really make life hard for you. Krasy is over the finish line and has concluded his qualifying effort here and left behind a bit of a mess for our cleanup crew to get to, as we just see the moment where it all went away in this effort. We'll let our crew do their job. Thanks to all the volunteers. We'll be back with your next car in just a tick for your burnout finals. And seeing to it, so it started up with a bit of a tyre fire. God!
It's on! It's on! What a drag race! Side by side! Almost! Oh, that's what we come for! So here we go, Sydney!
Mbantua Alice Springs. Your travellers see what makes you so magical.
Just love being here. Gives you a sense of peace in the heart. I wish I'd spent more time here. It's like it's a melting pot.
It's quirky, there's something for everyone. People are warm and make me feel welcome.
Feeling of belonging.
It's one of my favourite cities in Australia.
I really love Alice Springs because it's so magical.
Magic.
Magical.
Magical.
Come check this. Come check this. Come check this.
Discover Lassiter's Alice Springs Ultimate Entertainment Hub. Stay at Crown Plaza Alice Springs, wake up to the iconic McDonnell Ranges and enjoy our modern and welcoming health club. Unwind at lavish day spa, relax poolside with a cocktail. Plan a casual rendezvous at Juicy Rum Bar and Grill. Treat someone special to dinner at Tarly Restaurants. Test your luck at Lassiter's Casino or join Lassiter's Rewards for a chance to win cash and prizes.
Think of the people who need your support. Gamble responsibly.
It's going to be a big one in SummerNATS. 38, January 8 till 11, 2026. Let's take it back to the beginning of the Burnouts finals here in Alice Springs for Red CentreNATS 11. We started off with Connor Tatani in Lil Ranger driving the Volvo, the mighty Volvo that will be double skidded. It's already in the lineup getting ready for its second hit later on with David at the wheel of Ovlov for entrant number 814. This was a solid way to start your finals this afternoon here in the Red Centre. Putting down his work on the pad. It's really cool to see that he can get this big, heavy Volvo tucked up into the corners. He's right up in the entry chute there. It's a lot narrower than the rest of the pad. And that was before we saw a little shit by Jake Tatani in the Commodore. Out and ripping with some pig smoke to fire up the crowd.
Yeah, no, definitely did a lot better burnout than he did on Friday. So grew a set and got it out there, let's be honest.
Then it was Xander Stewart and the VX73 SY Commodore. Still a perplexing paint job two-tone on this machine, but he came out and put down what you could best describe as something clinical. He was slow and deliberate about his movements around the pad, just trying to get close to the walls, rotated around. Passenger was having a fat time, hanging his arm out.
Yeah, then we had Stewart and Cliff in Ranger. This was a very good burnout with the orange smoke. Unfortunately, it all came undone in the end, though. Had to grab reverse.
Yeah, sorry, had to grab reverse before he left the pad. I think he did get the tyres off before he got to that point, but unfortunately, the way they get down on the bead of the rim and they just start crab walking was not fun. Then we saw Hunter out on the pad, driven by Dylan Rowley, entrant 146 here in your open class finals. $3,500 up for grabs across the top three, plus a wild card entry to Pro Burnouts at SummerNATS 38, presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop, and of course thanks to Street Machine, putting on SummerNATS January 2026. Everyone's trying to go for that spot. Then it was Tyson Smith in Krasny, who was a strong qualifier on Friday night, throwing down on the pad here in front of an epic crowd and a rowdy crowd that was for your qualifying nights in open burnouts. Tyson was really putting in a good effort early on until a tyre fire brought him to a stop and he had to get pushed off the pad, and that ended his skid. I think he may have clipped the wall somewhere buried in the smoke. We couldn't exactly see it, but you could definitely see a bit of damage to his car as well. Not the kind of final skid that Tyson was looking for in the Commodore. It was right here that he came to a stop with the tyre fire and some damage to the Commodore too. So certainly not going to be one that he wanted to remember from today here in your Open Burnout Finals. Red CentreNATS 11 presented by LMCT Plus. The fire crew were immediately on the scene. Tell you what, Josh, we've got to give a massive shout out and thank you and kudos to all of our volunteers and fireys for putting on this weekend.
Yeah, no, we definitely do. And these guys are standing in the 35-degree heat, absolutely sweating it. So a massive shout out to all of them.
Next up, we are going to see Jesse Campbell in the Commodore. It's Nanya.
Wow, the crowd are absolutely loving it. Jesse Campbell in Nanya. What a burnout.
Give it a symphony of the throttle jockey to the crowd as he left the pad as well. Solid skid from Jesse. He threw down very, very nicely. Even had a play out on the drag strip earlier, just embracing everything about Red CentreNATS here in Alice Springs. You can burn out, you can drag race, you can roll race, you can have plenty of fun. And he surely gave it a big old lick on the pad this afternoon here. Solid tip around in the entry chute there, was making plenty of smoke, and it didn't sound like he was really thrashing the limiter too much, which I know is frowned upon by many in the world of burnout. Some people like it where you just bury your foot in the bucket and you have no remorse at all, no mechanical sympathy, just like this one coming up here. Mark Neverov in Rip Rap.
It all seems to go quiet for Mark Neverov. This little Datsun does not want to play the game this weekend.
Didn't want to either on Friday night here for Mark and his qualifying effort. Of course, he gets to come out for an Expression Session skid. They're going to be jumbled up through the order in this open burnout session, but the poor Datsun probably not doing and putting its best foot forward, especially with that for sale sign in the rear window. They say it's bad luck to go racing with a car that's got a for sale sign on it. Or it's bad luck to go skidding with one as well here. He's going to need a push up the pad. How about you give him the old Alice Springs salute, folks, in the stands here. Make some noise for Riff Raff and see him out over the finish line. He came, he saw, he tried, he failed. But that's okay here at Red CentreNATS 11.
Crowd are absolutely loving it. Looks like it's just getting bigger and bigger as the burnouts go on. Last night we had an absolutely massive crowd in here for the heavy hitters.
They were jammed in. They all came out to see that top door slammer family feud between the Gregorinis and the Zappiers. Good to see the Coneheads are back. They were multiplying in numbers on Friday night. You got to go experience some Conehead hospitality yourself there, Josh.
Yes, no, I did. They They're a good group of people, and yeah, no, hopefully we're a little bit more tame today for Sunday. I think a couple of sore heads might be rearing there.
Who wants to be tame? Don't forget the podium party kicking off up at Lassiter's Hub later on this afternoon as well. That kicks off from 7 p.m. with then the Lassiter's podium party concert with Dr. Relevant and DJ Nico kicking off from 7 up at Lassiter's Centre of Entertainment. We will get to crown your winners. We'll find out who our winners are with Open and Pro Burnouts and your Red CentreNATS champion taking home the Nigel War Trophy. But right now it's all about Open Burnouts and the Swiss Army knife of burnout cars this weekend being driven by Rebecca Griffin, the Brocher Motorsports Utes. How about it for V Saucy?
Springs, put your hands together for Rebecca Griffin in very saucy. What a burnout. She just, every time she gets out on the pad, she gets better and better.
Solid scoop for the fans here in Alice Springs right now. That's got to be a highlight performance of the finals so far here, Josh. Throwing that ute around. Man, it sees some work this weekend as well. It's been cruising out on the streets of Alice Springs. Was out for your Friday night burnout qualifying, was out in drag racing yesterday, all through the day, and even last night in your heavy hitters efforts. And then comes out for this open finals. And Beck and the ute did not miss a beat. Plenty of wheel work, plenty of wheel speed, plenty of smoke, and plenty of excitement for the fans here. Next up, we're going to see Exorcism getting ready to rock and roll here, driven by Mason Rumble in the Holden ute. Does he have what it takes to go to the top of your open burnouts field here at Red CentreNATS 11? Please make some noise for Exorcism. Oh, the noise has gone away here. What's happened in the smoke on the burnout pad is had to grab reverse. A fairy tale starts to fall apart for Mason. about you? Make some noise. Mason Rumble in Exorcism. Started off with a really strong tip in there, Josh. Went for that half flick around and then ended up swinging back around towards the entry chute. Was really throwing it around the pad there, but we lost sight of him in the smoke here in Alice Springs, and we heard the revs die away before we saw him reversing on the pad, which is going to hurt in the overall scores. That'll put a mark against him, but otherwise a solid effort here in your Open Burnouts finals.
Yeah, very well presented Burnout machine. One of the best looking ones here this weekend. But unfortunately, yeah, having to grab reverse there is going to hurt his score.
Oh, the noise is going away here. Such a tricky pad to get it right sometimes, especially just if you get momentarily lost in the smoke a little bit, or the car doesn't move how you expect it to, you can get yourself stuck really easily. We've seen it bite its fair share of contenders so far this weekend. Qualifying night was a prime example of that. But you know what helps? Having a short wheelbase. Up the mighty boy, Jai Mullins, getting ready to rock and roll in just a tick here, just waiting on our recovery crew to do their thing and a little bit of cleaning on the pad. Just further down pad here, and Jai is just going to have to wait as the anticipation rises. I love that we're seeing more of these come out to play around Australia now. You take a mighty boy, you drop an LS in the front, fuel cell in the back, get your passenger practically in your lap, and off you go. Go skidding and go have some fun. Hello to the fans lapping up the Burnout action on the hill here. Hope you're having a good time. Seeing a couple of sunburns and suntan faces getting around after a few days here in the Red Centre. And don't forget as well, if you want to lap it all up again in 2026, then we have some good news, because Red CentreNATS, presented by LMCT Plus, locked and loaded for the next 5 years. Thanks to the support of the Northern Territory Government. That means we're back with the coolest street cruising festival in Alice Springs all the way until at least 2030. And of course, it wouldn't be possible without you guys. Yes, you, right there, with your thumbs half. Oh, there's the shackers, okay. And the kids as well. Everyone making their part of what Red CentreNATS can be. The countdown to 2026 starts now. Thursday, September 3 to 6, 2026. Get your entry in now. If you enter by the 6th of October, you go in the running to win the ultimate SummerNATS pit stop, including 2 SummerNATS 38 season passes, plus all the merch and return flights from your nearest capital city. Support your spot today and get a lower entrant number and go straight into the draw for Red CentreNATS 12. On sale right now. It's going to be epic to see you all again next year, but we have a little matter to take care of. Still having to decide who's going to go to the top and take out the big prize in your Open and Pro yet to come Burnout finals. $3,500 on the line in Open Burnouts, plus a wildcard ticket to SummerNATS 38. Will it be this bloke who stands at the top of the pile, getting ready? It's Jai Mullins in Light 'em Up. was sounding strong in the first half of the skid. How about you make some noise, Alice Springs? Giant Mullins in, line them up. Up the mighty boy. I do really have a soft spot for these cars. They're so cool.
Yeah, no, they definitely are, whether it's burnouts or drag racing. They're such a cool machine to throw down in. And it was a very shallow tip in there, very close to the entry there.
Well, you can get away with it. The car's only 3 foot long here on wheelbase, so you can throw it in pretty short. Unfortunately, it looked like he really struggled towards the end there, lost a lot of the RPM. The engine was really protesting with the throttle inputs he was giving it, and I think he did manage to get the tyres off, but only just before he got off the pad. So Jai will hopefully do enough to score well here as we get ready straight into it. Bradley Moore coming out to play in the ute. It's big time.
Well, the car's lived up to its name. Big time here on Final Sunday for Bradley Moore. What a burnout that one was.
You can see how he feigned across to the right-hand side before tipping it in with a left-hand down chuck. And it worked beautifully on the tip-in for Brad. Plenty of smoke, plenty of wheel speed, lots of revs and lots of noise to keep the crowd into it here. You can hear the crowd are getting quite excited all throughout the skid. They were having a plenty fun time here. And he got the tyres off, got the job done, and drove it off the pad clean. A clean pair of heels to the Burnout pad is more than some can ask for in this Burnout Finals. Next up, we're going to roll them out here. It's the Corolla, Jamie Morton, Foreign Rocket. It's not happy. He's had a couple of attempts to bring the revs back up now. But it doesn't sound like it wants to play the game. And he's not going to get to finish it. How about you make some noise anyway, Alice Springs? Foreign Rocket, Jamie Morton. Sounded really strong in the beginning, Josh, with a really healthy high-speed tip-in that saw him slide across the pad almost up towards the opposite end.
Yeah, no, really good commitment on the tip-in. You love to see it. Was looking very good indeed. Good smoke scores, good constant smoke. And then unfortunately there, just died off, and it did not want to continue.
Yeah, really surging late in the skid. Didn't get the tyres off, but he'll be happy enough to take some consolation that he drove it off the pad. And we'll take it back to the pit area to see an end to his finals effort. That was right up in the corner as well. Got really close to the signs on the barrier here at Alice Springs Inland Dragway. The crowd are really getting into it. Good to see a very healthy crowd pouring into the venue. They're still coming in fact, to get ready for your Pro Burnout finals. If you've just joined us on the Pro Burnouts live stream, we're not too far away. We should see Pro Burnouts rolling out soon here. I reckon we're going to be rolling with them at about 1:30 p.m. That's as per the schedule published on the Red CentreNATS Facebook page. We've still got a few cars left in the lineup here. You can see back behind your start line as we roll through your open finals. $3,500 prize money up for grabs, plus a coveted wildcard entry into the Pro Burnouts Grand Final at Castlemaine Rod Shop. Pro Burnouts here at SummerNats 38.
Now, Zach Guiles smoked another oil pump on Friday night. It's the second engine he's killed in the last 2 weeks.
Ouch.
So they've got this one ready to go again, and let's see what he can do in the good old Dirty Bird.
The Limmy Fingers are up and ready to welcome in Zach Guiles. Bringing in the Falcon, it's Dirty Bird. Well, that was bound to happen. After about a minute ago, we saw all the brown liquid spewing out the top of the barra. How about you make some noise for Dirty Bird? This crowd loves carnage. And Zach Guiles just brought it. That was absolutely spewing out the motor. You can still see it just at the top of your screen there, just kind of steaming, emanating around the engine bay. It popped the hose and just started belching out all sorts of crap all over the pad in a colour that's pretty reminiscent after a night on the Dirty Bird. Well, he lived up to his name, didn't he?
No, he definitely did. The Alice local, the crowd absolutely loved this man.
They're giving him a good rev as well. One more time for Zach Guiles in Dirty Bird. Let's check out the replay here. The barra sounded really good. It was pretty on song early on in the skid. I mean, as good as a barra gets. He did a solid job. He got it close to the wall. And he's got that long tray hanging out the back here, so it's not really helping his cause as he tries to throw this ute around the burnout pad here in Alice Springs. Pod filter just sticking straight up into the sky, erect on your Sunday afternoon, trying to get some cleaner air to feed that hungry inline 6 motor. And he was doing pretty well early on here before it all came a cropper, and he lost the hose off the motor and started belching all over the burnout pad. It's going to take a moment to clean up here with our pad crew, so we'll leave them with the task at hand. Our volunteers doing a fantastic job. We'll be back with more here from your open finals at Red CentreNATS as they're immediately ready to go. They've dropped the green flag, and we won't be far away. I wonder whether we'll get to see whether it all came undone here for Zach before we send the next car on your replay. It was strong for quite some time, Josh. It was actually looking pretty good.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. Flirting with the walls very well. But it looks like the next entrant, Alvaro De Castro, in free spins all the way from Darwin for Brocher Motorsports.
Make some noise for Alvaro De Castro. Free spins. We're sounding really healthy and a good amount of smoke as well. Despite the revs going away just after the tip in, it climbed itself out of the hole of the Brocher Motorsports Holden Commodore. I think they brought half a dozen of these cars down from Darwin here this weekend. Here's the Red Centre. Putting on a show for the fans and showing out in your open finals. Quick check of the replay here. It was nice and controlled on the way in. You can still see the remnants of what the barrel left behind after Dirty Bird left a dirty great big mess on parts of our Alice Springs burnout pad. But Alvaro, he was unwavering. Didn't seem worried by it. Just kept a nice controlled swing through the burnout pad, trying to keep the wheel speed up and trying to keep the smoke pumping from the back of that Commodore.
No, very technical burnout indeed. Just rode the walls nice and slow and controlled.
To get ready for your next contestant here, driving the Commodore. How about it for Charlie Booth? High parade!
big one there for Alice Springs, put your hands together. Charlie Booth and Hyper 8. It was all going very well until a big wall hit there.
No question about that. The left rear didn't look anywhere near as bad as that before Charlie came into the pad. I mean, it's got your usual bits of belt rash and a bit of pulled off the quarters, but man, it was a hard hit. Sounded strong. The res were down a little bit early on, but the wheel speed was still pretty high and was still pumping out a decent amount of smoke from the back of the Commodore, which was working her way around the pad very nicely. A couple of nice circles in the corners. And the local fans were getting pretty rowdy for it, enjoying the action. But it wasn't long until Charlie found a big whack into the Armco and obliterated that left rear tail light. You can see it's intact at this point of the Burnout.
Sort of cleared the air and then we just saw, whoop, bang. Not there. She was flirting with danger all skid.
And sometimes it can just be a matter of confidence, just swinging it around and just building up, and then you get just right on the edge, and a little bit overconfident and a bit overzealous can bring you undone. Your next contestant, 814. They haven't changed the plates, but don't be surprised. It's David Tatani in Oblov.
Oh no, it all goes quiet there for David Tatani.
You can hear it in the fans' voice.
Yes.
Oh.
He is a local favourite.
And it's not playing the game.
Yeah.
We got lights on, but it sounded really rough in the earlier skid when Connor was driving it as Lil Ranger. But the Volvo, bloody Volvos. It's usually bloody Volvo drivers. He's leaving a puddle behind on the pad though. And I think that might be all she wrote. How about you make some noise, Alice Springs, for Oblov. Good to have another great crowd in here today for your Burnout Finals. Despite the heat and the sun, they're braving it here on Father's Day. Don't go anywhere. We got Pro Finals coming up a little bit later on here with $15,000 to win.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to all the fathers that have joined us here at the Alice Springs Inland Dragway. I hope you're having a great time. I'll give a quick shout out to my dad. I hope you aren't too sore after last evening's racing. But we had a great time. Happy Father's Day to you all out there. Finals Day Sunday here at the Alice Springs Inland Dragway for the Pro Burnout Series. Proudly brought to you by the Custom Aim Rod Shop.
The fans certainly lapping it up on the hill here as we get ready for Pro Burnouts coming up later on here at Alice Springs Inland Dragway. I believe that was the last car in your judged skids for your open finals here today. Pro finals coming up. We might have one or two exhibition skids or expression skids coming up as well, just to keep the appetite flowing and keep those burnouts coming here in Alice Springs. Checking out some of the replay action and the highlights from the finals that have been so far, Josh. This was cool. This is actually a really decent skid.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. Nunya came out, and it was none of our business how well he was going to go.
Good old Nunya. Did a solid job of it to turn it on for the fans here in Alice Springs. Then it was Riff Raff. He came, he saw, he tried, he failed. And unfortunately, the Dado's still for sale, though. So if you can pick yourself up a bit of a deal, won't be too bad indeed. We're back on the start line and getting ready to rock and roll. This is Full Limiter.
Friday night, I gave him the commentator's curse, and he's come out on Sunday and put on an absolute show, has Cohen, in 4 limiter. This car has had nothing but issues over the years here at Red CentreNATS, and this time it's all gone right on Sunday.
A great consolation considering to the finals in your pro burnouts. We've registered the pro and didn't make it into that top 20, but it gets to have an expression session skid just for the fans here at Red CentreNATS 11, presented by LMCT Plus. It was nice and clean on the tip-in, had it right up against that right side wall, and just working the pedal of the big 4 limiter long roof. Chucking around this Alice Springs Inland Dragway burnout pad. All for the fans, all for the crowd, all for you here on Father's Day in Alice Springs.
Huge burnout there from Cohen. Imagine if the car had done this on Friday night and wanted to play the game.
Oh, don't start playing the what-if game. Hindsight's a brilliant thing. But to get a set off in front of this crowd, a solid effort. And we'll always be happy to drive it onto the trailer to end the day, to end the weekend here in Alice Springs. The Cohens towing. Holden Wagon did a solid job with 4 limiter. Just left a little bit on the pad that the crew have been onto cleaning up straight away. A massive thank you to all of our volunteers. Honestly, without them, none of this is ever made possible. And we have a small army of volunteers and team that have been all over Alice Springs to make this weekend possible here for Red CentreNATS 11. And I'm sure they're all going to be enjoying a nice and well-deserved red cordial or two up at Lassiter's Hub for the podium party kicking off from 6 p.m. tonight. The awards will kick things off before we get to the concert with Dr. Elephant and DJ Nico into the night. As we catch it here, Cohen jumps out to celebrate with the fans. High five with your passenger, and a way to do it here in the Red Centre.
Crowd still building here at the Alice Springs Inland Dragway. Looking very good indeed. If you see yourself up on the super screen, give us a wave. I'll be down there shortly to come and hang out with you for the pro burnouts. Cannot wait to see who will be able to take home.
I want to see you with that party hat on.
Yeah.
I want to see you wearing that ridiculous party hat. All right.
We'll lock it in. Steve,
with the party hat, you've got to drop that on Josh's head when you get him out there. Let's check out some of the replays from the finals so far. Bet Griffin in V Saucy. She's had an absolute time of it this weekend. A solid qualifying skid on Friday night. Drag racing on Saturday night. Cruising the streets all weekend long. And then throwing down with a great effort in this final skid. One of the standouts for me in finals today.
Yeah, then Exorcism. This thing was on song until it all went a little bit pear-shaped. Had to grab reverse.
It was a shame too. It was a bit of a bummer on what was looking out to be a solid finals skid here in the Red Centre. Then it was Light 'em Up, the mighty boy, doing its thing until the engine went into a bit of a limp and was struggling right towards the end. But having a short wheelbase car surely has to be an advantage here in Alice Springs, just to be able to tuck it into the corners on this narrow, tricky and odd-shaped burnout pad. He managed to get those tyres off, which was awesome, and that's what we love to see.
How's this for a treat, Chris?
Awesome for the fans here. The open air band on a trailer coming out to entertain the fans here as we keep rolling through the replays here in Alice Springs. Big Time was putting on a show as well before the foreign rocket came in with a big tip-in. Biggest tip-in we've seen in the finals today, Josh. Was fantastic to see him throw it in so aggressively. Unfortunately, it all called quits and he had to drive off the pad without getting the tyres off in this Corolla.
Yeah, no, just went all limp and didn't want to play the game. And then Dirty Bird, it was looking like such a good skid And then he, I think the car realised what it had been eating all night and dropped its load on the pad.
It was an absolute shocker as well.
Yep, then we had free spins all the way from Darwin out of the Brocher Motorsports camp.
There was just that moment just after the tip-in. You just heard the revs go away for a moment, and then Alvaro De Castro buried his foot back into the bucket and brought everything back to life here to keep the party going here in Alice Springs. Talking about keeping the party going, Red CentreNATS 12 on sale right now with news that we've locked it in for the next 5 years. We're going to see this event in the Red Centre until at least 2030. Make sure you get your entry now. And if you enter by October 6th, you can win 2 SummerNats 38 season passes plus all the merch and return flights from your nearest capital city. You'll go in the draw with that one.
Yeah, then we had Charlie Booth come out in the Hyper 8 machine. Very good burnout until it all went pear-shaped with a huge hit in the rear. Then we had Ovlov come out with David Tatani driving it this time round. Got 1 or 2 pirouettes in, only 1 actually, and then it all went quiet.
Yep, it sounded like a bucket after Connor finished with it in the beginning of your finals skids here. And then it all went crap.
Yeah, pretty much.
Straight after the tip in. But David here. Then we saw 4 limiter not getting judged in your Open Op Pro. This is an expression session skid here after Cohen Walters was unable to punch his ticket into the finals. Being registered in your Pro Burnouts presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop efforts this weekend here for Red CentreNATS 11. But what a feeling to be able to get the burnout done and get a set off here in the Red Centre just for the fans, just to do it a bit for yourself as well. We know these burnout guys, they're out there to have fun and enjoy themselves. To have the satisfaction, big tick in the box, you got the tyres off and had a rowdy fun time on the pad this afternoon here at Alice Springs Inland Dragway.
Discover Lassiter's Alice Springs Ultimate Entertainment Hub. Stay at Crown Plaza Alice Springs, wake up to the iconic McDonnell Ranges and enjoy our modern and welcoming health club. Unwind at lavish day spa, relax poolside with a cocktail. Plan a casual rendezvous at Juicy Rum Bar and Grill. Treat someone special to dinner at Tarly Restaurants. Test your luck at Lassiter's Casino or join Lassiter's Rewards for a chance to win cash and prizes.
Think of the people who need your support. Gamble responsibly.
Mbantua Alice Springs. Your travellers see what makes you so magical.
Just love being here. Gives you a sense of peace in the heart.
I wish I'd spent more time here. It's a melting pot.
It's quirky, there's something for everyone. People are warm and make me feel welcome.
Feeling of belonging.
It's one of my favourite cities in Australia.
I really love Alice Springs because it's so magical.
Magic.
Magical.
Magical.
It's on! What a drag race! Side by side, almost! That's what we come for! So here we go, Sydney!
Come check this. Come check this.
Josh, can you hear me? Put up your hand if you hear me. You can hear me. One. Awesome, mate. Thank you. Stand by, son. Gonna get Chris to throw to you first in a couple of moments.
You know what time it is.
First place, CentreNATS 37. Here we go. In King XA, Peter
I thought America knew what we was doing. I was mistaken. I was led astray, bamboozled, and run amok. See y'all next year.
Welcome back to Alice Springs Inland Dragway, Red CentreNATS 11, presented by LMCT Plus. We are not too far away from your Pro Burnouts, presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop. With $15,000 to win on the line, we've sent out our intrepid reporter to go and join the rowdies in the stands. I hope you're all nice to him. How are you doing out there, Josh Gravely?
Yes, no, it is absolutely amazing. We've got the band playing across from us over on the Burnout pad. I've got Laura here from Mullet Fest. Laura, I was watching that before. Oh, who doesn't love a mullet
Fest, eh?
I tell you what, we have had so much fun here in the Red Centre. We have bought out the goods and the entertainment. They call it the party in the back. I think today it's the party on the drag strip.
We absolutely love it. It is awesome to see. And I saw in the parade yesterday they were actually doing it as well. So, like, these guys are having an absolute ball out there.
Absolutely. And all credit to MVR and the Red CentreNATS 11 team. Fancy being able to pull off a one-of-a-kind around our street parade and today around our drag strip.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely amazing. Awesome support from the Northern Territory government. As you would have heard, we've locked in for another 5 years. We're here until 2030, so it's going to be absolutely amazing. Alice, make some noise for that. We're here until 2030. 5 more Red CentreNATS. It's going to be absolutely awesome. I cannot wait. We're having an absolute ball out here. It is Finals Day Sunday, though. Pro Burnout Redemption coming your way very, very shortly. And then we go into the Pro Finals. It's going to be absolutely huge with a big amount of money on the line. We cannot wait, Chris. It's going to be awesome indeed.
It absolutely is your redemption round with a couple of wild card tickets up for grabs and then 15 grand to win Pro Burnouts, plus a ticket to the Pro Burnouts Grand Final presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop at SummerNats 38, January 8 to 11, 2026. We are just getting the pad cleaned up. So fans on the hill, you guys better get ready. For the folks who are watching on the Pro Burnouts live stream, grab your favourite beverage, take a seat, and do not go anywhere. We will be back in just a tick with your Pro Burnouts Redemption Round and the finals coming up here from Alice Springs.
Come check this. Come check this. Come check this.
Bantua Alice Springs. Your travellers see what makes you so magical.
Just love being here. Gives you a sense of peace in the heart.
I wish I'd spent more time here. It's like it's a melting pot.
It's quirky, there's something for everyone. People are warm and make me feel welcome.
Feeling of belonging.
It's one of my favourite cities in Australia.
I really love Alice Springs because it's so magical.
Magic.
Magical.
Magical.
It's on! What a grand race! Side by side! Oh, that's what we come for! So here we go, Sydney!
Discover Lassiter's Alice Springs Ultimate Entertainment Hub. Stay at Crown Plaza Alice Springs, wake up to the iconic McDonnell Ranges and enjoy our modern and welcoming health club. Unwind at Lavish Day Spa, relax poolside with a cocktail. Plan a casual rendezvous at Juicy Rum Bar and Grill. Treat someone special to dinner at Tarly Restaurants. Test your luck at Lassiter's Casino or join Lassiter's Rewards for a chance to win cash and prizes.
Think of the people who need your support. Gamble responsibly.
Hey, you want to win yourself one of 5? That's right, 5 houses. Thanks to LMCT Plus. You better jump on, scan that QR code, or go to lmctplus.com right now. Grab your package, and you could go in the draw for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for LMCT Plus's biggest ever giveaway. It is not going to happen very often. It's an epic prize, so make sure you jump on. You can win a whole house thanks to LMCT Plus, proudly supporting Red CentreNATS here. Just go over to lmctplus.com, grab your package and go in the draw. Big thanks to all of our official partners, LMCT Plus bringing a lot of the action. And of course, thanks to CentreNATS and the Northern Territory Government and all of our fantastic partners that help put on Red CentreNATS, Alice Springs Town Council, Lassiter Centre of Entertainment, Yeparenya Shopping Centre, Street Machine and Shannon's, plus Jetcorp, Bojangles Saloon, Thrifty Car Rental, and many, many more. If you haven't heard already, if you've been living under a rock, Red CentreNATS 12. Entries on sale now, redcentenats.com.au. The road to 2026 starts here. That's September 3 till 6, 2026 here. But we got something to settle first. Your redemption round for Pro Burnouts coming up in a few moments. Before we get to that though, how about let's recap how some of the drag racing action went down, the heavy hitters, and your top door slammer family feud last night here at Alice Springs Inland Dragway. It started off with some fantastic action, and it was all about the door slammers. John Zapier with a drive job to get past Daniel Gregorini. These guys have been sworn frenemies for a long time now all over Australia. Then it was Brody Zapier getting a win over Lisa Gregorini. That was the first round of your top door slammer family feud, racing to the 8th mile. Later on in the door slammer, Brody Zapier had a wild ride across the centre line, racing Daniel Gregorini in the second round. That put the Zapiers at 3-0 against the Gregorinis. After that, then it was John and Lisa side by side. John got close to the centre line and got the win. And then in your final, Brody took on Lisa in your B final and scooted on past. Lisa got out a little bit, but managed to keep the Camaro nice and safely in the groove. And your A final, John Zapier had a drive job again, working left and right, hardcore to get the door slammer to the finish line in front of Daniel Gregorini. It was an absolute pleasure to have the door slammers here and racing.
Standing by to come down to you, Josh.
An epic night of drag racing that saw us here in Alice Springs last night. Josh, still hanging in the crowd, mate. Are you ready for some Burnout finals?
I am so ready, Chris. Redemption round about to come your way. And it's going to be Caitlin Dywell. Until death, Alice, make some noise for your Pro Redemption.
And we're through live the cars.
To the end, the Statesman putting on a party. How about you make some noise, Alice Springs, Caitlin Dywell, Until Death. Great skid on the pad for your Pro Burnouts redemption round. Checking the replay, and I've just been brought some really exciting news for Burnout competitors and fans. To celebrate 5 more years of Red CentreNATS, we have added to the ticket pool. Your top 3 in Pro Finals will win a direct shot into the Pro Burnouts final presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop. 4th and 5th in the final will score a wild card. Now we're also going to give a wild card to the first 3 in the redemption round, and the winner of your open class. That is epic to celebrate 5 more years of Red CentreNATS, Josh.
Absolutely awesome. And next up behind me in the redemption round will be Robert Crotchell in for the haters. Alice, make some noise.
Hello.
Cottrell up against the wall in for the haters. How about you make some noise, Alice Springs? Robbie Cottrell for the haters. He came out to throw down here in this redemption round, ultimately got himself caught up against the wall and had to grab reverse gear, which just makes my heart sink. It hurts, but he put on a show for the fans here in your Pro Burnouts redemption round. And man, I love the pink smoke as well, filling up the lungs of all the brilliant Burnout fans here at Red CentreNATS 11.
Your life, Josh. Stand by, Josh.
Well, we are back out for the redemption round. Chris, I found a pretty cool hat, I think. Redemption round coming very, very shortly. Next out on the pad will be injected Darren Triffett for your Pro Burnout redemption round, coming very, very shortly. He's on the start line.
some noise. Alice Springs, Darren Trippett in injected. Drives it off the pad here with the Commodore. He was so unfortunate to miss a berth into the finals. Lost some points on Friday night and missed out on that berth into the top 10. Still gets to have a big red hot crack at it here in your redemption round, which the top 3 in your redemption round will pay a wild card ticket to SummerNATS 38.
And go, Josh.
Well, what a massive burnout there from Injected. The crowd are absolutely getting around this redemption round right now. There's a heap of party going on here. And next up, it should be Michael Chappelle in on Bop. It's going to be very interesting indeed to see what he can do in this redemption round. It is all song on here on the pad and on the hill here at the Alice Springs Inland Dragway. We're here for Red CentreNATS 11. We're having a great time, proudly brought to you by LMCT Plus and in association with SummerNATS. On Bop, about to get started. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Michael Chappelle.
Checking out the replay here. Came in nice and controlled. Decent left-hand down tip in the middle of the pad here in this redemption round, which is celebrating another 5 years of Red CentreNATS. 3 wildcard tickets up for grabs in your redemption round and 2 more chucked at your Pro Burnouts field in your finals tonight. 4th and 5th will score a wildcard to SummerNATS 38, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely massive news. Massive thank you to the Pro Burnouts for jumping on board and giving us these tickets. This is awesome. It being a qualifying event, it's so good for this venue and the town and everything. We really like putting on Burnouts here in the Red Centre, and the crowd absolutely love it. But next up, coming towards the pad, it is Todd Stewart in Unfazed. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready because it's about to get loud. Todd Stewart, ladies and gentlemen, in Unfazed.
it didn't sound happy at the end. How about you make some noise, Alice Springs? Todd Stewart in unfazed. Checking the replay. That thunderous engine note, just so glorious here in the red centre. Making it sound fantastic across Alice Springs Inland Dragway. It faded well and truly right at the end as he tried to get the tyres off here and drive it out the door. Man, this redemption round is proving really tough, Josh.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I would hate to be a judge right now because all these skids are being turned on and it is action-packed here. Awesome driver skill on display and the smoke scores are absolutely massive. Currently just lingering in over at the moment. There's a little bit of a haze in the air, but we love a little bit of burnout smoke up the nose on a Sunday afternoon here at Red CentreNATS. We're not too far away from the next vehicle making their way down as well. It's going to be Frankie Paisel in rub one out, all the way from Darwin. He's made the trip down the Stewart Highway to Alice Springs, and he's about to put on a show in his little KE Corolla. This car is very, very good, and we cannot wait to see what Frank can do. Just waiting on the starter's orders now. Alice Springs, put your hands together, make some noise for Frank Paisel in rub one out.
Paisel, rub one out. The little top end Corolla that could. Doing a fantastic job here in the redemption round. This is your Pro Burnouts Ultimate Redemption round at Red CentreNATS 11. Checking the replay. Love the way the smoke just billows out from either side of the rear end of this short wheelbase Toyota. Doing a fantastic job out on the pad here. And I'm sure he's probably going to be up there now as far as a hot contender to claim one of the 3 wildcard tickets that are on offer right now here in your Pro Burnouts Redemption round.
Stand by, Josh. 3, 2, 1.
Going absolutely off here at the Castlemaine Rod Shop for the Pro Redemption round. Wow, it is all going on.
and make some noise. Alice Springs, Brodie Dywell in rub one out. What a skid. That thick fog of yellow smoke off the tyres completely caved in the burnout pad after only a moment of spinning him beautifully up against the wall on his second turnaround as well before he drove it back towards the south and was throwing it around. What a drive, putting it on for the fans here in Alice Springs.
Absolutely massive burnout there from overdone Brodie Dywell. That was huge. The revs were right up there, really getting into your head here on the hill. What a burnout. The coloured smoke worked absolutely beautifully out there as well. And it looks like the next of our competitors is up next, not too far away. The Rad Dad making his way out onto the burnout pad.
Yeah, this is Shane Hayes getting ready to rock and roll. Unfortunately, he missed his slot to come out for the Open Finals, but he wants to put on a show for the fans. Please welcome the Rad Dad. Make some noise, Alice Springs, for Shane in the Rad Dad. That was just for you, Alice Springs, putting on a show for the fans here at Red CentreNATS 11. Let's take a look back through the replay here and watch his tip in, chucking in the Holden Ute to have a crack here. Of course, we finished up with your Pro Burnouts Ultimate Redemption round now. If you missed it earlier, to celebrate 5 more years of Red CentreNATS, we've chucked a couple more wildcard tickets up for grabs here. Now your top 3 in the redemption round will score a wildcard ticket. Of course, your top 3 in your Pro Finals will score a direct ticket to the Pro Burnouts Finals presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop. And 4th and 5th will also score a wildcard here today. It was a great start for the skidding here. Caitlin Dywell, Until Death, cracked us open for your redemption round. It was a solid, solid skid for the fans here in Alice Springs. Then we saw Robbie Cottrell, Forder Haters, bringing out the Falcon, trying to punch through and see if he can pick up a wild card, something to take out of this Pro Burnouts Ultimate Redemption round. Although at the end of the skid, I think he did have to grab reverse, and that is not going to help his cause. Then it was Darren Triffett in Injected, Arguably, the only reason he finds himself not in the finals was a result of a tyre fire on Friday night that forced his skid to stop and hurt him dearly in the qualifying scores. Then we saw Michael Chappell on bop in the Commodore, throwing it around here in this Pro Burnouts Ultimate Redemption round. And putting on a show for the fans. Loving the passengers' enthusiasm as well here. Then we had the loudest beast of the land this week here. Toddy Stewart in unfazed, just thundering his way around the burnout pad. It sounds so incredible. Until right at the end, it just went away. The noise really faltered. I'm not sure whether it just got hot and limped itself out, but it did drive off the pad as a good one to take away here for Toddy. Frankie Paisel and rub one out down from Darwin. Put on a stellar skid here, an absolute clinic in short wheelbase wheel work. This little Corolla ripping around the burnout pad. You can see how much backset that engine has in the bay. And he put on a great performance for the fans here. And then Brodie Dywell in Overdone came out to play with absolute plumes of yellow smoke all across the pad and tons of RPM to the delight of these Alice Springs nutters, the Burnout fans here on Father's Day, enjoying all of your Pro Burnouts action. Still to have your top 10 final coming your way very soon here in Alice Springs for Red CentreNATS 11, presented by LMCT Plus. With your top 3 scorers taking home a solid chunk of prize money, $19,500 across your top 3. It's $15K to win, and of course your top 3 also picking up direct tickets to the Pro Burnouts Grand Final, presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop at SummerNats 38, January 8 till 11, 2026. Plus now 4th and 5th will also take home a wild card entry to SummerNats in 2026. That was your redemption round so far. Make sure you scan this QR code or jump on over to lmctplus.com.au. Grab yourself in the draw to win one of 5 houses fully furnished with all the resort-style amenities that you know you want to have for where you want to be living. You can pick up a win right now in LMCT Plus's biggest ever giveaway. Just jump on, scan that code, or go to LMCT Plus. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so don't miss out. Scan that code or jump online. Only available on the app or the website. Big thanks to all of our official partners here at Red CentreNATS 11. Thanks to LMCT Plus. Of course, SummerNats and the Northern Territory Government. A big thanks to Danny Orr, Red Centre Technology Partners, Arid Off-Road, Chubb. Thanks to the Centralian today, Alice Springs Airport, Central Comms and Black Bear Tyres. Everyone jumping on board to make this event such a fantastic weekend. Lock it in for 5 more years. Make sure you get your tickets for Red CentreNATS 12. Get your entry in for Red CentreNATS 12 right now. The road to 2026 starts here. Enter now and you could win an epic prize to go to SummerNats 38, the ultimate pit stop if you get your entry in before the 6th of October. There's 2 SummerNats 38 season passes plus all the merch and return flights from your nearest capital city. You got to enter Red CentreNATS 12 before October 6th to be in the draw though, so make sure you jump on there right now, and that will be us back here next year, Thursday, September 3 till Sunday, September 6, once again in the Red Centre. Love coming to this event. And you might be able to get your return flights there from your nearest capital city from your brand new house, thanks to LMCT Plus. Make sure you scan that QR code or jump on the website to go in the draw and win one of 5 houses in LMCT Plus's biggest ever giveaway. What a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
It's on! It's on! It's on! What a drag race! Side by side! That's what we come for. So here we go, Sydney.
Mbantua Alice Springs. Your travellers see what makes you so magical.
Just love being here. Gives you a sense of peace in the heart.
I wish I'd spent more time here. It's like it's a melting pot.
It's quirky, there's something for everyone. People are warm and make me feel welcome.
Feeling of belonging.
It's one of my favourite cities in Australia.
I really love Alice Springs because it's so magical. Magic.
Magical.
Magical.
check this. Come check this. Come check this.
Discover Lassiter's Alice Springs Ultimate Entertainment Hub. Stay at Crown Plaza Alice Springs, wake up to the iconic McDonnell Ranges and enjoy our modern and welcoming health club. Unwind at lavish day spa, relax poolside with a cocktail. Plan a casual rendezvous at Juicy Rum Bar and Grill. Treat someone special to dinner at Tarly Restaurants. Test your luck at Lassiter's Casino or join Lassiter's Rewards for a chance to win cash and prizes.
Think of the people who need your support. Gamble responsibly.
And coming down to you, Josh, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're live.
Well, I've found a bit of shade here under one of the bleachers here for the Pro Burnouts. We're about to get into the top 10 final. It's all about to get very, very loud, and the serious money is up for grabs very, very shortly. We're going to have a quick talk to one of our crowd members here, mate. How have you been enjoying the experience of Red CentreNATS so far?
Absolutely brilliant, and I'll be back.
That is awesome. Are you from Alice Springs, or are you from somewhere else?
From Perth.
Oh, Chris Mitchell might know you from the Perth Motorplex.
That may not be a good thing, mate. Just be careful with that.
No, so, yeah, coming next year.
Bloody oath.
Awesome. Thanks heaps for having a chat. So people have been travelling the country as well. You love to see it. Who else is up for a chat? How about one of these boys? Guys, how's your weekend going so far?
It's going good. Yeah, enjoying it.
Enjoying the burnouts?
For sure.
Favourite part of the weekend so far?
Oh, the burnouts. I think the motor corner.
Awesome. Everyone is having a great, great time. We'll continue to go through. My backwards walking isn't too bad. I don't know how it'll go through crowds. But how about these mob? Guys, how's your weekend been so far?
Bloody awesome.
Alice local or travel?
Alice local.
How good is this event for the region? It comes around once a year and we've been extended for another 5 years. It's so good, isn't it?
Yeah, so good, so good. I actually got the chance to do Grand Champion, so I was so happy with that, so proud, and yeah, awesome event. Great for the community, great for everyone.
Yeah, no, awesome, and best of luck for Grand Champion later on tonight. Hopefully you take that $7,500 home with you.
I don't need the money, just the being in it was worth it enough.
Awesome. Thanks heaps for having a chat.
Cheers.
So this event is so good. We've got heaps of locals, heaps of people from interstate. Once again, make sure to book in for next year. If you're an entrant or you've missed out on an entry, make sure to book in for next year. Entries are open already. It would be absolutely amazing to see you here in the Red Centre next year.
The action coming up not too far away here in Alice Springs for Red CentreNATS 11, presented by LMCT Plus. Now, I want to put the call out to the fans on the hill. This is probably going to be your last chance to grab the epic Red CentreNATS 11 merchandise. So make sure you jump on the opportunity right now. Limited sizes available. Last chance, jump in and get your merch now, because there's not going to be many more chances to get this epic merchandise to show off your fantastic weekend here in the Red Centre.
Well, I'm here back down in the shade. I'm with Craig from the Territory. He's the Territory Response Manager here for St John's. It's great to have you here this weekend.
Yeah, look, thanks. It's been a really great weekend. Crowd's been fantastic right across the weekend, and I think everyone's having a great time here today.
Yeah, no, definitely. And you guys do all the heavy lifting with making sure our entrants are okay and they're all good to go if something ever happens, especially in this heat that the Territory's putting on this weekend.
Yeah, look, we've got paramedics and volunteers right across the whole event this weekend. It's been a big effort by our guys coming all over the Territory to be here. Obviously the heat today and yesterday has been a little bit hard on some people and the dehydration, so keep up that water and, you know, just enjoy the event.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Craig. Really do appreciate it. Everything your team does really is great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's about to get loud for the Pro Burnouts. First out is going to be John O'Kelly in his NASCAR 9,500 RPM screaming 355. It's about to get loud. Our first car in the Pro Burnouts here at Red CentreNATS 11.
There you can see John O'Kelly waiting for the final instruction to pull the car forward up to the start line. Jono has had an absolute thrash on his hands after he broke a rocker. After qualifying on Friday night, he got overnight parts up from Adelaide and has been thrashing to fix the motor to make this happen. So please, Alice Springs, give a very, very warm Red Centre welcome to John O'Kelly in 355. The noise has gone away. No, Jono. No. 355 in reverse gear. Not what we wanted to see. Not what he needed to do. Here in this Pro Burnouts final, he's gone back to the starts and is going to give it an absolute painting. Here in the Pro Burnouts final. He's taking the sign with him. What a bloke. What a dude. It's going in the boot. I'm taking my sign and I'm going home, says John O'Kelly. Pro Burnouts ticket winner tonight on night. He's already got one. He will be at SummerNats 38. What a champion. And the fans are loving it. How good is that? What a gentleman. Thank you, Jono, cleaning up the burnout pad. Let's check the replay here, and there's a telltale sign. The left rear tail light on 355 was perfect and pristine when he came into the pad, bringing all the revs with this Mopar power plant in the Commodore. Ultimately, Jono hit the wall and had to grab reverse, but he did the right thing. He cleaned up after himself and he took the Pro Burnout sign with him. What a bloke, John O'Kelly in 355.
Absolutely massive burnout there from John O'Kelly in 355. I bet you as soon as he had to grab reverse, he flicked the switch and went all the way to 10,000 RPM. But next up, bull draw number 2, Aidan Wernick, all the way from Perth, WA, in punter. Not too far away whatsoever. Our amazing volunteers are just doing a quick clean-up on the pad.
I think it's a perfect time, Josh. How about Alice Springs? How about you make some noise for all of the volunteers and safety crew who have given up their weekend and given up their time out here in the sun in fire suits, and everyone who's been all over the city of Alice Springs to make Red CentreNATS happen, the lifeblood of motorsports activity everywhere around Australia. This event doesn't happen without them, and it doesn't happen without you here in the stands, or if you're watching live on the Pro Burnouts live feed right now. Josh, I still want to see you in one of those hats, mate.
Mate, you missed out. I had one on.
If it didn't happen on camera, it didn't happen, mate.
Was it not on camera? Oh, no. Well, guess what? The party guys are coming. If someone in the other one is going to have to find me. Where's my cameraman? I'm going to quickly have to go find him. I'll sneak into the shot. Chris Mitchell! We're having a great time.
Yeah, there it is.
I told you it would happen. We're having so much fun.
And just as I expected, you look even dumber with the hat on. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you very much, Chris. That are lovely, lovely words. Hey, guess what? You know, you tried to set me up on Friday night. I think we're all done here on Sunday. I don't think it's going to happen whatsoever. But Punter is making his way to the start line. It's about to get loud. We're about to do these ones. Party time. Adam Wernick, all the way from Perth, Alice Springs. Put your hands together for Punter! Western Australia, spends a lot of his time up in the northwest of the state these days, and he's come over and has absolutely given the Sandman Utes a thrashing this weekend at Red CentreNATS 11, presented by LMCT Plus. What a skid for the finals. He was even out doing the power skids earlier today, having some fun with the Ute. For a bloke who says he doesn't care, that was absolutely clinical here in your Pro Burnouts finals.
3, 2, 1, live.
Absolutely huge. The noise was turned up. My in-ears were ringing. I could barely hear what you were saying, Chris Mitchell. But next up, it's about to get even louder. Blown VY. Christopher Smallman, put your hands together for him. Blown VY on the path.
some noise for Christopher Smallman in Blown VY. Huge RPM with a mega tip in. You can see him working the wheel, trying to tuck it into the corner. After the tip in, got it close to the walls. What a burnout, what an effort. One of only two blokes in your pro finals that already has a pro burnouts ticket presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop. Doesn't necessarily need another one, but I tell you what, 15 grand to win would go a long way here for Chris Smallman. What a skid. And that has set the bar for the rest of the field. A warning shot to these finalists today.
Who turned the switch to 110, Chris Mitchell? Oh my Lord, they are bringing it. These pro cars are having an absolutely massive go at it. It is way different to the Friday qualifying. Every single one of these cars is going it. But next up, Hayden Fipps, it shifted. And shifted up the mighty boy. Absolutely loves it. And the colour looks even better in the sunshine here at Alice Springs Inland Dragway. Your fourth car out for your Pro Burnouts finals. Hayden threw it down with that thick and heavy purple smoke just completely enveloping the car. Yes, the Darwin Rampage coming down to Alice Springs continues very, very soon. The crowd are absolutely loving the burnout action. Very good from the shifted machine. Next up, though, Brocher, also from Darwin in the Rampage U. Had an absolutely awesome qualifier skid. Let's see what he can do as he makes his way to the pad now. Not too far away. Alice Springs, put your hands together for Brocher in Rampage! Rampage bringing the heat to Alice Springs. Our fire and safety crew immediately on the scene here doing a solid job to put that out.
He's still got the engine running here, just being told to hold by the fire team. And the fans are getting rowdy. They know what they want. Safety, our #1 priority when it comes to these cars. The fire and safety crew are going to take a step back. Come on, Alice. Make some noise for Rampage. To give it up, Alice Springs, Jay Brocher in Rampage. Was a strong skid to start with the tip in here. Loving hearing the induction one coming from that supercharger as he romped his way around the burnout pad. Gave it an absolute hiding, and it wasn't too long before he got up into a bit of a tyre fire in the rear guards here that brought his skid to a stop. And needing the attention of our fire and safety crew here at Alice Springs Inland Dragway. Still an epic skid, much to the screams and the delight of the fans. They love a bit of carnage. Wow. What an effort. It's a shame of the fire, though. It's going to cost him in the points. And stopping in his final skid here for your Pro Burnouts finals here at Red CentreNATS 11, presented by LMCT Plus. He's still got the engine running here, just being told to hold by the fire team. And the fans are getting rowdy. So that was Jay Brocher in Rampage. Let's go back to the top of the order here to start us off for your pro finals. John O'Kelly in 355. What an effort for this bloke. Getting overnight parts up from Adelaide to replace, I believe it was a broken rocker on this high-revving NASCAR power plant in the VK Commodore. And he came out, he meant business early. Huge RPM to bring the crowd to life here at Alice Springs. And a huge amount of smoke coming out the back. You wouldn't expect anything different from Jono. The ripper effort early on, though. But just coming through the smoke, we saw it happen. And we definitely saw that he needed to grab reverse. It wasn't long before he found himself in a spot of bother. And it was right about here. That's when we saw it all unfold for John O'Kelly. The smashed tail light tells the story of all we need to know. He grabbed reverse, went right back to the entry chute and said, screw it, I'm going to send it for the fans here in Alice Springs. And he went and gave it a big hit with the angry stick. Eventually stopped, and he did the boys a favour, grabbed the sign that he tore up and chucked it in the boot and drove off the pad. John O'Kelly was our first car off the ranks here for your Pro Burnouts finals. Then the West Australian coming across from the far north of Western Australia, Aidan Wernick in this patina-wrapped ute punter, putting on an absolute clinic. It was a brilliant skid for the West Aussie, who was even having his time, having plenty of fun in the RCN power skid session earlier on today. They've been having a fat time up in Alice Springs for Red CentreNATS 11. Then we went to Christopher Smallman in Blown VY. One of only two blokes in your finals field today that already have a ticket to the Pro Burnout Series Grand Final, presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop at SummerNats 38. January 2026 here, but he still threw down. He wants to go to the top and claim that $15,000 top prize at the Lassiter's podium party tonight from 6. Then we went to Hayden Fipps in the shifted Mighty Boy. He was number 4 in the ball draw. And up the Mighty Boy put on an epic skid that was clinical with the short wheelbase lightweight combination. LS in the front, fuel cell in the back, passenger in your lap, and get up on the wheel. Fipps with a brilliant drive emerging out from behind the thick curtain of purple tyre smoke. Has been one of the standouts so far here. Jay Brocher was after that in Rampage. We just saw on the pad that ultimately ended in a tyre fire as well. That is your first 5 in your Pro Burnouts finals here at Red CentreNATS. 11 done and dusted. 5 more left to go coming up on the tail end of this pad cleaning break. We'll be back on with more skids in just a tick.
Come check this. Come check this. Come check this.
Discover Lassiter's Alice Springs Ultimate Entertainment Hub. Stay at Crown Plaza Alice Springs, wake up to the iconic McDonnell Ranges and enjoy our modern and welcoming health club. Unwind at Lavish Day Spa, relax poolside with a cocktail. Plan a casual rendezvous at Juicy Rum Bar and Grill. Treat someone special to dinner at Tali Restaurant. Test your luck at Lassiter's Casino or join Lassiter's Rewards for a chance to win cash and prizes.
Think of the people who need your support. Gamble responsibly.
Well, I'm down on the fence with the diehards, Nathan Southerntherland and Dead Set.
Throw it down in your Pro Burnouts final. How about it, Alice Springs, for Nathan Southerland in Dead Set? He came out swinging early here, bringing plenty of noise, plenty of revs, plenty of smoke. Ripping his way around the pad.
Well, I think that burnout caught a few people off guard. Methanol in the eyes, methanol smoke up the nose. I was getting a bit teary down here, an absolutely massive burnout from Dead Set. I think that has set the bar to be completely honest with you. But it looks like next up, Alex Slavin in Get Help. He had an awesome burnout on Friday, and it was just as smoky. So it's going to be very interesting indeed to see what he can do very shortly. Just doing a bit of a pad cleanup now. These guys, I'm going to have to grab one of these guys. Boys, I know you've lost your voice. How good is this?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. Love the sound of these cars going off their heads. The smell of the smoke is amazing!
How good. The fans are absolutely having a ball out here. It is so good. And it looks like we're going to have a bit longer of a pad clean-up here. So, Chris, how good was that burnout, mate? Who's your number one out of the moment?
You know, I'm going to have to go Christopher Smallman, probably the standout so far with Blown BY. Was an epic performance, bringing all the party as your third car in the lineup for your Pro Burnouts finals. Got to side with the fellow West Aussie, though. Aiden Wernick was putting on a solid effort as well in the punter ute. But, man, you know, there's a reason why we stay as commentators and not judges, because we got no idea what's going on in terms of the actual scoring. We're going to find out all the winners later today, though, up at the Lassiter's Hub. The podium party kicking off at 6 o'clock. I know there's going to be a couple of cold bevies and then Dr. Elephant and DJ Nico to round out the night as well. It's going to be epic, Josh. Going to see you there.
Oh, yeah, mate. You'll definitely see me there. I'm always there, especially after the heat today. Just a reminder to everyone in the crowd, please make sure you're staying hydrated. It is very hot out here on the hills. So we're not too far away. The cars have been started up once again. And Alex Slavin in Get Help is about to hit the Pro Series burnout pad. Injector hats, singing, and almost sitting over the roof on this car. It's absolutely huge. Alice Springs, make some noise for Alex Slavin and Get Help!
Make some noise for Alex Slavin. Get help! What a skid. I love the way this thing looks, sounds, and performs. Does everything right just to tickle my monkey brain in exactly the right kind of fashion. What a skid in your Pro Burnout finals. Alex threw down a brilliant performance on Friday night in qualifying. And that could just be enough to earn himself 15 grand on top of a ticket to go to the Pro Burnout Series final, presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop at SouthernTherland in January 2026.
What a burnout. I would hate to be a judge today for the Pro Burnout Series. These guys are tearing the house down here at the Alice Springs Inland Dragway. Next up, though, the next of our Northern Territorians from Darwin, it will be Trey Brocher in WHR. I just love seeing the crowd's reactions. They're like, it is so good. Some of these people have never seen burnouts before, and these cars are tearing the house down. Not too far away from the Brochers, making their way back out to the pad. Just waiting for the go-ahead here. But the big statesman, the big WH, makes its way down to this start line. Alice, make some noise for the big stato from Darwin, Trey Brocher and WHR.
Springs, make some noise for Trey Brocher and WHR trying to steer the land yacht that is a WH Stato around this Alice Springs Inland Dragway burnout pad here at Red CentreNATS is no easy accomplishment. Throwing down nicely, Passenger with plenty of limit finger, staying G'd up for the fans here in Alice Springs. The noise was amazing, the smoke was thick, and plenty of wheel work to be done to keep the WH in check here around the burnout pad. That was ball draw number 8 in your Pro Burnouts finals. Only 2 left to come, Josh.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, it's going so quick, but the party boys are just living life. We're having such a good time here at Red CentreNATS 11. And for Burnouts, this is just the start of the party. The podium party later on at Lassiter is going to be even bigger and better. I know these boys will be there. The party boys are here. The party hats and the cone edge. You love to see it. Hey! Oh, and we're back on. We're back on. See, this crowd's so accommodating. I love this crowd today, Chris. We're having so much fun. just waiting for the last of the pad to be checked out. And then we've got 2 more Burnout cars to come.
Safe to say Josh Graveling has well and truly found his people in the stands here in Alice Springs. What a great crowd you guys have been all weekend long. Everywhere we go, you guys have been incredible. From Friday night Burnout qualifying, last night completely packed in the joints for our heavy hitters drag racing and Top Door Slammer family feud. And today here for your Burnout finals, we love you too. We love Alice Springs. We love the Red Centre. Put it away. How good is this? And for everyone joining in on the Pro Burnouts live stream, you need to be here. You need to come here to the Red Centre. Red CentreNATS 12 next year, Thursday, September 3rd till Sunday, September 6th, 2026. Presented by LMCT Plus and backed by the Northern Territory Government. We are locked and loaded for the next 5 years, bringing Australia's coolest street cruising car festival to Alice all the way until at least 2030. So make sure you jump in now, get your entry in to come and join us in the Red Centre. And if you get in by October 6th, you might be going home with 2 SummerNats 38 season passes, plus all the merch and return flights from your nearest capital city. So get your entry now, get them in by October 6th, and you could go in the draw to win that epic prize. Secure your spot today and get ready, get building, get primed, and get rowdy for Red CentreNATS 12, presented by LMCT Plus. It is going to be an absolute ripper. The fans are getting excited for it as well. 2 cars yet to come here in your Pro Burnouts finals, presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop.
Thank you very much, Chris Mitchell. 2 cars to come. Not too far away, George Paige in on show, making his way to the start line. Cannot wait to see what he can do. The second last vehicle to hit the pad here for the Pro Series here at Red CentreNATS, proudly brought to you by LMCT Plus in association with SummerNats. But here we go, George Paige is an on show, the VL. George Paige does not know the understanding of the word of letting off the throttle. What a show! On show, throwing it down in your Pro Burnouts final, bringing all the revs. Huge amount of supercharger wine to throw down in this final. If you've ever seen Mad Max, it's a bit like that here right now. Armageddon is settling in here on Alice Springs. It is absolutely insane. These cars, it's just foot on throttle, hang it off limiter, and forget about it. It is so good. You love to see it. Not too far away from our last of our vehicles making their way out. It's going to be Nick Cosgrove in Cozza. But it looks like we're having a bit of a pad clean once again. That was a huge burnout there. Heaps and heaps of smoke. But it looks like he has left a little bit of a mess.
While we let the pad crew do their thing in tidying up, this is going to be one of your last chances this weekend at Red CentreNATS to scan that QR code or jump on the website lmctplus.com and go in the running to win one of 5. That's right, 5 brand new houses up for grabs thanks to LMCT Plus World. LMCT Plus's biggest ever giveaway, now live only on the app and the website. It's history in the making and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You could win a house. So what are you waiting for? Grab your package right now. Go to lmctplus.com or scan the QR code. And don't forget to join us tonight for the Podium Party and the Podium Party Awards ceremony, then kicking off into the night with Dr. Elephant and DJ Nico. It's free to come to up at the Lassiter's Centre of Entertainment. It's going to be a wild time to wrap up an epic weekend here at Red CentreNATS, presented by LMCT Plus in association with SummerNats and supported by the Northern Territory Government. That is going to be the big wrap to the end of a big weekend, but the fun doesn't stop. Make sure you come and join us here in the Red Centre for Red CentreNATS 12. September 3 to 6, 2026. Enter right now and you could be going to SummerNats on us. Get your entry in before October 6 and we will see you back here, same time, same place, next year. And we're locked in for the next 5 years as well. So let's roll some of the replay action from the Pro Burnouts finals in this second half here. Dead set with Nathan Sutherland was just what we needed to get the party started here in the second half of your Pro Burnouts finals. Came out swinging with that beautiful blue Commodore. The afternoon sun here at Alice Springs brought plenty of noise and it was a nice and controlled drive at parts. He's working his way around the Alice Springs Inland Dragway burnout pad, trying to lock in to take the $15,000 top prize. And of course, Pro Burnouts tickets up for grabs as well. Then it was Alex Slavin in Get Help. What a wheelman, what a machine. He's been having an absolute time of it this weekend here in Alice Springs. Since Friday night, burnout qualifying, then into the street cruising. Got out there and had some fun. I absolutely adore the stance on this car and the way it looks and the way it sounds on the pad. Then Trey Brocher in the big WH Stato, WH Ore. You can see just how much body roll it has. A luxury vehicle once upon a time, now committed to a life of burning rubber. Trey did a fantastic job as well on the pad. Then George Paige brought all the revs and all the party to the burnout pad here this afternoon as your penultimate car in your Pro Burnouts, presented by Castlemaine Rod Shop finals here at Red CentreNATS. And he set a solid benchmark for everyone else to try and match in this event. There is just one car left to come, and this lucky bloke has somehow managed to jag himself. He was the last ball drawn in your qualifying on Friday night. He was number 23 on Friday night qualifying, and he's drawn number 10 to be the final car here at Red CentreNATS. This is going to be epic.
Yeah, we are down in the form-up area right next to the start line. These crowd members are so keen. Our final car of the day is Cozza. Cannot wait to see what we are going to see. Who's going to win the Pro Burnouts for Red CentreNATS 11? Nick Cosgrove, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Cozza! One last time here for the Pro Burnout Series.
Nick Cosgrove goes off the final time here. Got it done on the pad. A relatively clinical execution of everything he needed to do in his Pro Burnouts final experience. Throwing it around the burnout pad. Plenty of smoke, plenty of revs. Love that he has the extended guards on the rear of the ute as well, just to protect that nice green paint job on Cos's ute. And he is the last one to see the pad, to see us to the end of your Pro Burnouts finals here at Red CentreNATS 11.
3, 2, 1, live.
Well, what a weekend we have had here at Red CentreNATS 11. There's a shoey going on behind the camera. Oh my Lord, it's all going on. Oh yep, she's loading up for another. We've had such a great weekend here at Red CentreNATS 11. It's been an absolute honour to be working on the mic once again for Red CentreNATS 11.
Well, while you get mulch, mate, it's been a pleasure, Joshy. Thank you so much for bringing us all the action with this rowdy mob out there in the stands.
Thank you very much, Chris. I will see you next year. Thank you for coming all the way from Perth. My name's been Joshua Graveling. I'll see you next year.
Thank you, Josh. It's been a pleasure. Alice Springs, thank you so much for being part of an epic Red CentreNATS 11 presented by LMCT Plus with SummerNats and the Northern Territory Government. Don't worry, the party doesn't have to end. Don't forget to grab your merch one final chance before you head back into town, and we will see you at the Lassiter's Hub for the Podium Party Awards from 6 p.m. It's free. Come along, and then we kick off the concert after that with Dr. Elephant and DJ Nico. If you're watching on the Pro Burnouts live stream right now and you're wondering about how you can join us, go on to redcentrenats.com.au and get your tickets for Red CentreNATS 12, Thursday, September 3 till Sunday, September 6, 2026. And if you grab your entry soon, you could be going to SummerNats on us. Thanks to all of our volunteers, all of our competitors, and you, Alice Springs. We'll see you at Lassiter's for the Podium Party Awards to wrap up Red CentreNATS 11, presented by LMCT Plus.
It's on! It's on! It's on! What a drag race! Side by side! Oh, Wall Street! That's what we come for! So here we go, Sydney! Can you rip us on?
Come check this.